Michael Jordan is a man who turned setbacks into fuel, talent into dominance, and dominance into one of the most powerful personal brands in the history of sports. At one point, Michael Jordan wasn't just a basketball player. He became the definition of greatness, not just in the NBA, but across all sports. His name carried weight that transcended the court. His presence changed games before the tip-off. His performances created moments that are still replayed decades later, studied by athletes, and celebrated by fans who weren't even born when he played. But what makes his story truly powerful isn't just the 6 championships, the 5 MVP awards, the 10 scoring titles, or the iconic highlights. It's how he turned on-court dominance into one of the most successful financial empires in sports history, building a legacy that continues to generate hundreds of millions of dollars long after he retired as a player. Michael Jeffrey Jordan was born on February 17, 1963, in Brooklyn, New York, but he grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina. His upbringing was rooted in structure, discipline, and competition. His father, James Jordan, was a mechanic who instilled a strong work ethic, while his mother, Dolores, emphasized education and accountability. From an early age, Michael was driven by an intense desire to win. Whether it was basketball, baseball, or simple backyard games with his siblings, he approached everything with ferocious competitiveness. He hated losing more than most people hate anything else. That competitive fire would become the engine of his entire life. His early basketball journey was far from smooth. In high school at Emslie, Laney High School, Michael Jordan was famously cut from the varsity basketball team as a sophomore. This moment has become one of the most well-known turning points in sports history. Instead of accepting failure or giving up, he used it as motivation. He trained harder than anyone else, practiced longer, and focused obsessively on improving every weakness in his game. He grew several inches over the next year, developed his skills relentlessly, and earned a spot on the varsity team the following season. That early rejection didn't break him. It forged the mindset that would later define his career. Never accept limits, never stop working, and turn every obstacle into fuel. As he improved rapidly, he earned a scholarship to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, playing under the legendary coach Dean Smith. At UNC, Jordan learned how to perform within a disciplined system while still expressing his individual brilliance. During his freshman year in 1982, he delivered one of the most defining moments of his early career by hitting the game-winning jump shot in the NCAA championship game against Georgetown. That single shot introduced him to a national audience and showed his ability to perform under the brightest lights. He left North Carolina after his junior year as a consensus All-American and the 1984 National Player of the Year. In 1984, he entered the NBA draft and was selected 3rd overall by the Chicago Bulls. From his rookie season, it was immediately clear that he was different. His explosive athleticism, scoring ability, defensive intensity, and supreme confidence made him one of the most exciting young players in the league. Fans were drawn to his style of play, the soaring dunks, the mid-range fadeaways, the defensive steals that led to fast break highlights. His popularity grew rapidly, and by the end of his rookie year, he had already earned all-rookie first-team honors and finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting. Despite his individual brilliance, the Chicago Bulls initially struggled to achieve team success. Jordan was putting up superstar numbers, but championships remained out of reach. The team lacked the supporting cast and the experience to compete with the dominant teams of the era, particularly the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics. This period tested Jordan's patience and ability to adapt. Over time, he improved every aspect of his game, not only scoring but also defense, playmaking, leadership, and mental toughness. He studied film obsessively, worked on his weaknesses, and pushed his teammates to match his intensity. By the early 1990s, everything came together. With the addition of Scottie Pippen and the strategic guidance of coach Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan led the Chicago Bulls to 6 NBA championships in 8 years, completing 2 separate three-peats, 1991 to 1993 and 1996 to 1998. His performances in the finals were consistently dominant, earning him 6 Finals MVP awards. He didn't just win titles. He performed at his absolute highest level when the stakes were greatest. This level of consistency under pressure separated him from other great players of his era. He averaged over 30 points per game in multiple final series and delivered iconic moments like the flu game in 1997 and the game-winning shot in 1998. Beyond basketball, Michael Jordan became a global icon unlike any athlete before him. His partnership with Nike led to the creation of the Air Jordan brand in 1985. What started as a simple shoe deal transformed into one of the most successful and influential brands in sports history. The Air Jordan line revolutionized athlete endorsements by turning Jordan into the face of a lifestyle brand that continues to generate billions of dollars decades later. Jordan's business acumen extended far beyond shoes. He became a savvy investor and entrepreneur, carefully building his personal brand while maintaining control over his image. By 2026, Michael Jordan's net worth is estimated to be well over $2 billion, making him one of the wealthiest athletes in history. A significant portion of this wealth comes from his long-term business decisions, particularly his ownership stake in the Charlotte Hornets, which he later sold a majority stake in, but retained significant value from. He also earns tens of millions annually from Nike through the ongoing success of the Jordan brand. His financial empire is a masterclass in leveraging on-court greatness into off-court wealth. Unlike many athletes who earn most of their money during their playing days, Jordan's earning power has actually increased in retirement. Even after retiring from professional basketball, first in 1993, then permanently in 2003 after a brief return with the Washington Wizards, his influence continued to grow. His legacy expanded through media projects, brand partnerships, and cultural impact. The 2020 documentary The Last Dance introduced his story, mindset, and competitive fire to a new generation, reminding the world why he was so dominant. Jordan's cultural footprint extends into fashion, business, and popular culture, where his name remains synonymous with excellence and winning. On a personal level, Michael Jordan has maintained a relatively private life despite his global fame. He is a father to 5 children and has spoken about the importance of family. He is known for enjoying golf, fine cigars, and high-stakes competition in any form. While he has access to luxury and success, he has remained focused on maintaining his legacy and continuing to build his business interests strategically. He is respected not only for what he achieved on the court, but for how he has conducted himself off it. Looking at his journey as a whole, it becomes clear that Michael Jordan's success was built layer by layer over time. Each stage of his life contributed to the next. The high school rejection taught him resilience. The college years taught him structure and big moment performance. The early NBA struggles taught him patience and the value of building a supporting cast. The championship years taught him leadership and sustained excellence. The business phase taught him vision and long-term thinking. Every phase played a critical role in shaping the legend he became. From being cut from his high school varsity team to becoming one of the wealthiest and most influential athletes in history, Michael Jordan's story reflects a progression driven by talent, unbreakable determination, strategic decisions, and an unrelenting will to win. His impact continues to influence not only basketball, but also the business side of sports, athlete branding, and the very idea of what greatness looks like. His legacy is not measured only in rings or scoring titles. It is measured in the generations of athletes who cite him as their inspiration, the businesses that still profit from his name, and the fans who still feel the same excitement when they see his highlights decades later. Michael Jordan didn't just play basketball. He defined an era, built an empire, and showed the world what is possible when talent meets obsession. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more stories like this, breaking down the lives, careers, and success journeys of top athletes, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.